January of 2020 marked a time in the world where life changed for everyone. According to AJMC, January 9th of 2020, COVID was first discovered in Wuhan, China. And on January 31st of 2020, WHO issued a global health emergency. Everyone felt the effects of COVID, and we're still feeling the effects here and there. But there are a certain group of people that felt the effects more than others. Today, I would like to inform you about Asian hate crime and how COVID 19 increased the amount of Asian hate crime across America. So, on June 30th, 2021, the Sacramento Bee, which is a newspaper company based off of Sacramento, California, stated that Attorney General Rob Bonda described the year as an epidemic of hate against the AAPI community, as reports of hate crimes targeting Asian Americans increased by 107%. So these numbers should be alarming because um, these statistics are based off California alone. It does not include um, the other states in America. To better inform you, I will outline the rise of Asian hate by first going over the background of COVID 19, then the various Asian hate crimes across the nation, and finally, how the community is coming together to prevent further crimes. So, the background of COVID 19 and what it is now. On January 1st of 2021, AJMC stated that COVID was discovered in Wuhan, China in January 9th. And having this virus discovered in China is pretty much why some of the remarks that Asian Americans are getting are based off of hate, basically. For example, on March 11th of 2021, the Washington Post stated that President Biden, our current president, blames some of the hate crime on our former president, President Trump, for describing COVID 19 as the Kung flu or the China plague. And this is significant because our former President Trump did have a great following, and some of those people will follow him blindly. Next, on January 31st of 2020, WHO issued the global health emergency according to AJMC. So by this time, COVID was proved to be a serious virus and was highly contagious. And most people were not careful enough, and due to that, um, it caused the widespread of COVID, which it leads to what it is now. March 11th, 2020, WHO announced that COVID 19 is a pandemic, and from that point to current time, we're still feeling the effects and still having cases pop up here and there. So now that I've established the timeline of COVID 19, I will inform you how it affected more people than others. So, Asian hate crimes due to COVID. So the Asian hate has been around for a long time, but only sparked social media because of the rise of COVID. So as you can see in this example, um, the rise of the statistics for Asian hate crimes has increased because of the spread of the pandemic. So, as stated earlier, the Sacramento Bee stated that Asian hate crimes increased by 107% because of COVID 19. And many people of Asian descent, not just in California like the Sacramento Bee did, felt its effects whether they were victims of hate crime or not. So, some of the examples of hate crimes. The most prominent one that comes to mind was the Atlanta spa shooting, and this happened on March 26th of 2021. The New York Times stated that the brazen shootings at the Atlanta spa, which took the lives of 6 women of Asian descent, stirred considerable outrage and fear in the Asian American community. So, if some of you don't know, there was I think, a 21-year-old that went into Atlanta spa and decided to take out a rifle and start shooting just everywhere, I guess. So the main reason why this was news was because of the victims. They were all Asian, and that was at the peak of when the news caught wind of the rise of Asian hate crime. So another example that I brought up was on May 10th of 2021. Fox Seattle stated that the Tacoma police were searching for a suspect in a double stabbing at a corner store after the suspect refused to put on a mask. Now, this story was a little bit more personal to me. Um, the victim was a mutual friend and his father. Um, and this particular story didn't make all that much news. There was just one small report on it, but I brought it up because it, it proved to be a good example for this speech, because the suspect was outrageous because of the fact that he was denied access to the corner store because he wouldn't put on a mask, and due to that, he decided to stab both the owner and his son and run away. Now, there are many, many more hate crimes that I could go on to list, but the main point is that the hatred continues to rise because of the arrival of COVID 19. And the people that are victims of these crimes aren't at fault because they're not responsible for the virus. But due to the connection of their descent and the virus origin, it seems to just spark a hatred in society. So now that you know a few more specific crimes and what provoked the people to do it, I will now inform you of what the community is doing to prevent further crimes. So the main thing that the community is doing is raising awareness. So the AAPI, which stands for Asian American Pacific Islander Community, is using social media to raise awareness to the world, basically. So the main reason why they're using social media is because not every story makes it to the news, to the public television, right? So for the smaller stories, or the ones that don't get the headliners, I guess, social media is a great platform because one person posts it, then another person sees it, and that person reposts it to all their other friends, right? So that the story gets out there to the world. Another thing that the community is doing is using GoFundMe. It's a website basically where people can donate to help a cause, and for this specific example would be raising money for the victims. An example of this would be the the double stabbing in Tacoma. Our mutual friend's mother is setting up a GoFundMe and was raising a lot of money so that the victims could recover to pay off the hospital bills and stuff like that. So, the sending GoFundMe links can also help, which ties back to the social media. People would post the link to their friends, and their friends of friends would start clicking on it, maybe sending donations and stuff like that. So the main point is that the community is coming together, making a connection, and helping to raise awareness to the other people that don't know of what is going on. So today I informed you all of the current state of the Asian American population in America and the way they're living right now. Right. First was the background of COVID-19, where it came from, how it got here, and what it was doing to our community. And then the different specific examples of Asian hate crime and what it did to society. And lastly, what the community is doing to raise awareness and to prevent further crimes. So I hope that everyone learned something new from what I told you guys, and I hope that that at least some people would have compassion towards those that are affected either directly or indirectly by the different levels of Asian hate crime out there. Thank you.